everybody, good morning. We are continuing with the second week in our Adventures After the Cross series this morning, and we are talking about a special day called Pentecost. And if you were here last week, then you might have heard Pastor Brian sharing a message about Pentecost and what Pentecost means. But if you weren't here or you don't remember, that's okay, because here in Old Town Kids, we're actually talking about Pentecost today. And so Pentecost happened after Jesus went back up to heaven, and Jesus' friends, all of Jesus' early followers, they're together. They're in a room and they're waiting and they're not very sure and they're a little bit scared. And I was looking at this story in my Bible, and it says that Jesus' friends and helpers huddled together. And it says it was sunny outside, but the shutters were closed and the door was locked. And do you know what? They were kind of scared. They were scared and they were hiding. Jesus had given them that job. If you remember, he had given them that job to go and tell everybody about him, but they didn't know how to do it. And they were a little bit afraid because not everybody liked people who followed Jesus. And then something really crazy happens. My Bible here says this, I'm going to read it to you. Suddenly a strong wind filled the little room, whistling through the walls, rustling the straw on the floor, and there on everyone's heads, shining in the gloom, were flickering flames, flames that didn't hurt or burn. And something more. Inside in their hearts they felt a strange heat, almost as if all the coldness and hardness were melting away, as if their broken hearts were mending, and God was giving them brand new hearts that could work properly. And so in this story, the Holy Spirit is in those flames on their heads. And now, if you think about fire on the top of your head, you're like, oh, that would be hot. That doesn't sound good. But it didn't burn. It didn't hurt. And I brought these, you might remember a few weeks ago at Easter, we did an activity with Peeps, the little Peeps marshmallow bunnies. And so I brought a few Peeps and I put some birthday candles right in the top of them. And I thought that they could be our, these are Jesus's Peeps, right? They're his people. They are his followers, and the Holy Spirit came onto them at Pentecost. And so even though there's a flame on each of the heads of Jesus's Peeps, the flame doesn't hurt them, right? Like, you're probably going to see some wax drip here if you watch, but there weren't actually candles coming out of these people's heads in the Pentecost story. They had these flames just resting on top of their heads, and it meant that the Holy Spirit was with them. The Holy Spirit was on top of them. God was filling them, and Pastor Brian talked about this last week. God was saying, all of you are a part of my priesthood. Way back in the Old Testament, way back before Jesus, only special people talk to God, these special priests. But after Jesus cleared the way for each of us to have these personal relationships with him, right? With God, with Jesus, with the Holy Spirit, so that we didn't have to go through a special person anymore. We are the special people. We get to pray and talk directly to God. And these flames too, they kind of represent how we go through, if we are followers of Jesus, we go through life with something special. We have the flame of Jesus that we can share with other people, the light of Jesus, the warmth of Jesus. And when we see someone who doesn't have that and who needs it, who is sad or empty or doesn't know who Jesus is, we can share it. And one of the things to me that is really cool about fire is how quickly it spreads. Now, this can be dangerous, right? If something catches on fire, you can see I'm very careful to do this on this cookie sheet so that I don't burn my floor or my house, right? Fire spreads really quickly, and that can be dangerous, but it can also be wonderful because we can pass it to other people. And so I brought these candles with me today, and you can see there are 5 of them, and they're all different. Some are taller, this one's a lot smaller, they're all different colors. These 3 are new, they've never been used, and these 2 have been used before. So they're all different. But if I put them all together, kind of like this, watch how quickly I can spread the light of Jesus to all all of them. It's a little tricky because I can't see all of them so well. Just gotta get my white one. There we go. And all 5 of my candles are lit that quickly. One bunny, this bunny here on the end, this peep of Jesus, right? Jesus Peeps. He shared the love of Jesus with all these other people, all these other candles. And I'm gonna blow them out because I'm getting wax on my fingers. But that's something that we can do as followers of Jesus. We share our light with other people, and it can be scary to share that light, but it's also really easy. Jesus wants us to give it away. And when this bunny, this peep, gave away that fire, did he lose his fire? No, his flame is still burning. There's enough to share. There's extra to give. Jesus gives us so much of his love, so much of him, that we can't run out if we share that love, that flame with someone else. Pretty cool, isn't it? Well, I hope you will check out this week's Kids at Home lesson about Pentecost. I hope you will go to oldtown.cc/children and you can download our lesson guide, our activity guide, and more materials. And yeah, I'm just so excited about the second week in our new series, and I hope you'll join us. Have a great one. I'll see you next time. Bye.